Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a spin on some animal print nails, but also making them very tropical and holiday and just getting you guys ready for vacation. So to start off, I'm going to show you guys the colours that we're going to use to achieve today's set. So I've got Angel Wings and Candy Pop. And along with that, I do also have some white. This one is Bold White from Madam Glam. And we do also have a nude base, which is Morning Glow. And then I am also using some black gel paint from Madam Glam as well. You can go ahead and just use regular black gel polish if you wanted to. But I just find that the gel paints just make your life a little bit easier when you're doing fine lines and stuff like that, because it's very pigmented and a little bit more of a thicker consistency. So in some ways it just feels like I've got a little bit more control over the gel polish and I don't have to go in again and do a second coat. So if you can get your hands on one, then I definitely recommend. Otherwise, I'm sure just a regular gel polish will be just fine. When it comes to the background shades though on the nails, I've got the thumb and the pinky in, I think that was the Angel Wings. Then we've got Morning Glow on the index and the ring finger, and then the middle finger is going to be an ombre. So we're going to use that very bright, I think it was Colourpop or something like that shade, and that very delicate pink at the top there, and kind of blending it together with my ombre brush to create the ombre. And then once I'm happy with the blend, I'll pop that into the lamp for a cure. Kind of feels like a long time since I've done an ombre. I could be a little bit wrong, but at the time of recording this video and kind of voicing, it feels like forever since I've done it. And then off camera real quick, I'll go ahead and do a second coat, and then we can crack on with the actual nail art design. So on the thumb, I'm going to use some pigments that I've got here to create the aura look. So this palette is from Shein, and it was literally like a made palette for nails. Because I know in the past I have used some super old super old eyeshadow palettes that I don't use anymore. And yeah, so just to let you know, this is an actual nail product because it literally looks very similar to a eyeshadow palette. And we're also going to create the aura look on the pinky as well. And then once that's done, on to the French tips. So we've got two nails that are going to have an animal print on them. That's going to be the index and the ring finger. So I'm going to outline my smile line on both nails using that bold white. And the absolute amazing thing about that gel polish is that it's so pigmented and so creamy and liquidy in some ways, where you can really go thin with the gel polish but also still get such great coverage. Like the amount of times I've done nail art where I could just get away with one coat of this white gel polish and it's just unreal. And it's unreal because it literally is the consistency of a regular gel polish. Like, it's great, it's really, really great. Whereas the gel paints, they've got a bit more of a thicker consistency and you can't really kind of brush it on with a, actual gel polish brush and stuff like that. So yeah, really, really recommend it. I always rave about it. I feel like it's been like years now that I've been talking about this gel polish, but I just cannot get enough of it. It's so, so good. Now we are on to the next nail, which are again going to be a quick French tip. And if you need to, then of course off camera real quick, I will go ahead and do a second coat if I feel like I need it. But you can already see on the camera footage that it doesn't really need it at all, which is great news. So I'll pop that into the lamp for a cure whilst it's curing, or we'll pop it on the side because we've got one more nail that we need to do some white gel polish accents on, and that'll be that pinky. And I don't know how to describe what I'm exactly doing, but you want to draw yourself a line and then almost do like a smile line outline on both ends. So you kind of want to do one upside down, and then you want to do one on the upper bit, and then you want to colour in the side, so the right hand side and the left hand side. And then again, once I'm happy and coloured in and all looking wonderful, I'll pop that into the lamp for a cure. Right, so once that gets sorted, it's about time that we do some outlining, which is a little bit of my unfavorite part of nail art, and I don't know what it is. It's just the thought of getting a line the same kind of thickness all the way through just gives me anxiety. So on the thumb, using that bright pink, we're going to go all around the kind of rim of the nail on the thumb. And then once I'm happy, and here literally you can watch me try and perfect the thickness, it's just draining, really. And then we are also going to do like a smile line there as well, which I had to do off camera. I'm so sorry. I just had to. Then onto the ring finger. That one is going to have some light pink blobs, and that's going to help us create the animal print later on. Just a little reminder though, that if you don't want to do your animal print by hand, although I will show you step by step in a moment how I did it, but if you didn't want to, then I highly advise just getting some stamping plates and going ahead and doing it with some, you know, gel stamping polish and a jelly stamper. Stamp that down, and that way you don't have to worry about getting the pattern perfect in any way, and you're almost guaranteed a gorgeous pattern. And you can also still colour it in and everything like that. So just bear that in mind. Don't stress yourself out too much about having to do it by hand, because it's not always the easiest. But on to the index finger here. I'm just doing these rough quick lines, and I'm almost trying to flick my brush. So the line is a little bit thicker on the edges, and as it's coming into the nail, it's going to be a little bit more thinner. And I'm trying to just kind of do that by, as I'm swiping through, try to start lifting the brush upwards and putting less pressure onto the brush as I'm doing the lines. And that's essentially it on this one. Very simple and easy. And, you know, it was one of those, it's a gel polish. So if you don't like what you're creating, you can just wipe it away and then pick up that stamping plate, essentially. But that's that one. And then we'll probably, yes, bring out back that other nail that we're working on. We've now cured that pink in place, and then using my nail art brush and that gel polish again, the black one, we're going to just go all the way around the, well, not all the way, but essentially almost like 2 lines around the little pink dots that we created. And I'm trying to kind of switch out the position of where I'm placing those lines, so they're not always kind of left to right. It might be up and down and, you know, angled up and all that kind of stuff. But this isn't enough to kind of create that animal print. So to really bring it together, we need to do some black dots here and there, but also continue doing this 2-line pattern, but just envision having something in the middle and just go and do it kind of like, you know, around it. And then, so a couple of those, a couple of just black dots, and you will just slowly start to notice that your nail design and art is coming together and is starting to look like an animal print. But remember, I have done plenty of videos on stamping plates, and especially the animal print one. So if you wanted to check out how I used it, what kind of designs I used with that, and how it kind of looks as the final product, then definitely check out my other videos. Just look for any sort of animal print on the thumbnail, and I'm sure it was a stamping plate, because it's actually been a very, very long time since I last hand done it. So it just shows, it literally is just so much more easier and stress free. And especially if you've got clients and you're rushing and, you know, you want to fit as many of them in as you can, then being able to pick up a stamping plate and just kind of throw some animal print at them without a second thought, and it, you know, taking you about 30 seconds to do per nail. 10 out of 10, I reckon. So once that's down, we also did an outline on the smile line on those 2 white French tip nails and animal print ones with the pink. And then we can start working on some charms. So we've got a pinky gold kind of thing going on. So on the pinky, we place this gold star looking thing. Then onto the animal print French tips, I'm going to place a large pink flower and then a white smaller flower below it, and then in the center and then around the flower, wherever I just kind of felt like it could have a little dot, I placed some caviar beads in there, and I'm using some gold ones in there. So wherever there's like a little nook and cranny and a little bit of space, I'm going to place some caviar beads in there. And then I'll pop that one in Slam for a Cure, and then we're doing the exact same thing on the other nail as well, but we're going to flip around where we placed the flowers. So on this nail here, it's on the right hand side, so on the other nail, it's going to be on the left hand side, and it's the same pattern as well. So we'll have the pink flower and also the white flower. Did you just see that? This is literally my life recently. And to be honest, always. I just keep doing silly things like this. And I'm one of those people where I say to myself, be careful and don't knock it down, because, you know, it'll go all over the place. What do? 5 seconds later, I knock it down and it goes all over the place. And it's even more infuriating when I've just told myself, don't do it, and then I did it. It's almost like I had to do it. It's very strange. But it's one of those. So here, obviously, I was trying to be very organized, and I had my crystals ready to go, ready for pickup, like it was on the right side so I can pick it up and place it straight to where I need it. And then that happened and it went all over the place. So sometimes even when I do try and be organized and ready to go, it doesn't always work out that way for me, but we just move. I probably had a little grumble when it happened and I just continue. So we've just finished up the next French tip nail, and then it looks like we've only got one nail left to complete when it comes to crystals and charms anyways. So that's going to be the ombre nail there. So we're going to create 3 or place down 3 AB crystals top right hand side and 3 bottom left hand side, and I've purposely picked up quite small AB looking crystals because we are going to also place some gold caviar beads in between those as well. And then along with that we're also going to place some like lines in the center of the nail, but that will come after we top coat. So here's me now trying to fix up the crystal so it's the right way up so I can actually pick it up straight away. So that makes it almost all of them. Almost. And yes, gold caviar beads in between, and it just feels like a must. Like, can you imagine just stopping there right now? Because I couldn't. And then the moment we add those caviar beads in between, it just elevates it, and it's just perfect. And it especially works when you've got those gold accents elsewhere in that set as well. So bear that in mind. And the caviar beads that I'm using today, those ones in particular are from Shein, and those are probably not my most favourite ones. It came in a massive pack, so massive bonus there and like a big plus, but they're not very shiny, and although on the screen right now it may look quite, nice gold shade and quite shiny, but they're not. They are matte, and I didn't know that when I was buying them, but it's a shame to not use them because they do their purpose. But when you have those caviar beads compared to an actual lovely shiny polished up caviar bead, then you can see the difference big time. So as long as you don't pair them with a shiny gold, then you're just fine. And then at this stage now we're going to quickly top coat the nails, and I am applying the top coat on top of the crystals and charms and everything to help embed them in place and not make them move, because these are press-ons that will be worn. And then once it comes out, I mentioned those lines. So we are going to do the 3D looking lines that you do with, I don't actually know what they use. I've just always used nail art gel. So I'm going to use some nail art gel from a cart to do those lines. So I'm going to grab a longer brush and I'm going to do 3 lines. So here goes 1. Then we're going to do 1 more. And having a longer brush is so vital for this. It's really going to make your life so much easier. But here we go. And then we're also going to do something very similar on the thumbs. So we're going to have 2 lines on the left and 2 lines on the right. And here I was having the hardest time to make them look symmetrical. I wasn't sure if I wanted them to connect in the center there or keep them separate. And I just kept repeating until I was happy with the final result. So I don't know if I include every footage of me wiping that nail, but eventually I get it where I need it to be. So there will be another line below it. There we go. And then 1 more on the other side. So it looks like it might have taken me 2 attempts or so. And then once I'm happy, I'll pop that into lamp for a cure real quick before it moves anywhere that I don't need it to be. And then here are the final results. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.